guys, welcome back and welcome to a what I eat in a day for weight loss and just some cozy homemaking inspiration. I just got back from a run, took a shower, made myself a hot cup of coffee, and I'm just quickly cleaning up the kitchen from the morning chaos and mess of 3 little kids and getting them off to school, and then we'll get started on breakfast. So something I like to do early in the week is hard boil a dozen or so eggs to have on hand. These make great snacks, and in this case, I've been loving them for breakfast. So I just covered them, brought them to a boil for about 7 or 8 minutes, and while that's cooking, I'm going to slice up some avocado and prepare some cottage cheese. Now, even if you don't like cottage cheese, I recommend trying this out because it's so delicious. But I do about half a cup of cottage cheese, salt, pepper, some mashed avocado, about half of a small avocado, I would say. And then I'm also going to add some everything but the bagel seasoning and hot sauce on top, but we'll get to that. Once my eggs are done cooking, I immediately put them in an ice bath so they stop cooking, and then we can get back to prepping this little bowl. I didn't have any hot honey on hand, so I used just a tiny bit of light agave and some hot sauce and mixed this up. This tastes delicious with the avocado and egg. It's like that savory, sweet. It is so good, you guys. You have to try it out. I've really been loving it, and that everything but the bagel seasoning adds a ton of flavor too. I try to listen to my body, and depending on how hungry I am, I will do 1 to 2 eggs. Today I'm just going to do 1. I'm going to place it right on top of that bowl and add my hot honey, or my version of hot honey, to the top, and then it will be ready to eat. This is filling, satiating, tons of protein, good healthy fats first thing in the morning, and not to mention, it's delicious. Now that I've wrapped up breakfast, I'm continuing to sip coffee and just enjoy a slow, quiet morning here at the house. I'm putting away the rest of the hard-boiled eggs to store in the fridge for this week's breakfast. And then I'm going to get to tackling a few of my morning chores, which for me as a mama always includes laundry. So rolling a couple of loads of laundry this morning, making the beds, just kind of my typical morning to-do list. If you're struggling, you're trying and striving to find motivation, and you just need that nudge of encouragement, I want to tell you to go to your bedroom and just start by making your bed, because a made bed is a clear mind, and you're already that much more productive on the day. So at the very least, if you get nothing else accomplished, you can say, I made my bed. I just want to encourage you with that. Also, I always try to put away laundry first thing in the morning. It's typically the only time I find that I have even the slightest bit of motivation to get it done and get it over with. If I leave it upstairs after like 10 a.m., then game over. It's going to stay there the rest of the day. So I'm just quickly putting my boys' laundry away, and that pretty much sums up the upstairs for me this morning. Okay, we have been productive today, you guys, getting lots of meal prep done. But I want to take a couple minutes and get ready for the day just so I feel a little bit more put together. And I wanted to address something that I've been seeing in the comments quite a bit. You guys are so kind, but a lot of you have been asking about my skincare routine and what I'm doing. And I completely changed my skincare back in the summertime. I want to say almost 4 months ago now. And I've been using this product that I just love. And the brand is called Typology, and I'm super excited because Typology is partnering with me in today's video. Typology is a French skincare brand created in Paris, and with everything made in France, they comply with the stringent European regulations for cosmetics, which already ban over 1,300 ingredients in opposition to the smaller ban list in the US. So I feel very safe using their product, knowing they're simple, minimal, and effective. Typology is one of the coolest skincare brands I've ever seen in regards to how they diagnose your skin and what you need personally. You take a skincare diagnostic test before ordering any product, and they factor in your hormones. Do you have breakouts certain times of the month? Where in the world do you live? Is the climate humid? Is it dry? There are so many factors that go into what your skin needs, even depending on what time of year it is. And I just love that I was able to truly personalize my skincare routine. One of my favorite morning products is the niacinamide and caffeine serum. It contains caffeine, so it really wakes up the eyes while moisturizing. And my favorite product by far is the 9-ingredient face moisturizer. It has ingredients like glycerin in it, so you really get that deep moisture, but it still feels nice and light and like a healthy glow from within. I love the feeling of fresh, squeaky, clean, moisturized skin ready for the day. But I wanted to let you guys know that if you use the unique link down in my description below, that's the only place you'll find it, you will get a free organic peppermint hydrolate. It's something you apply to your skin after cleansing. It helps hydrate and minimize pores, and I'm sure it smells incredible, but you'll get that with any purchase of $40 or more. So again, check out that link down in the description below, and thanks again Typology for sponsoring today's video. If there's anything I've learned on my health journey, it's that the more prepared you are when it comes to your nutrition, the more likely you are to succeed. And sometimes that looks like prepping out dessert for the week. Now, I don't do this every single week, but there are times when I just am hankering for sweets more often than others. And this week I wanted to melt down some Lily's extra dark chocolate. It is delicious. It's full of antioxidants and fiber. It's sweetened with stevia. I melted it down in the microwave, and then I cut up some bananas, and I have some blueberries. And I'm just dipping it in that chocolate, putting it on a sheet pan, and then I'm gonna pop it in the freezer for about an hour or so to let that chocolate harden. And then I'll pull it back out, put it in a container, and keep it in the refrigerator for the week. And I have just found when I have a sweet tooth, it's better not to deprive myself. It works a lot better for me if I plan out sweets. I can say, I'm going to enjoy a bowl of this fruit tonight. And without guilt, without shame, know it's planned for, and really just enjoy it. So this is what it looks like all hardened, popping it in the container, and then it'll go in the fridge for the family and I to enjoy. The blueberries, I will say, are my favorite. And I've got some more work done around the house, and now we are getting closer to lunchtime, and I wanted to share this delicious, healthy, spicy vegetable soup that I have been making on repeat. It's another great meal prep. I can make a big pot of this soup and enjoy it for lunch all week long. And this time of year, as the weather cools off, I really crave warm, cozy soups. So I'm starting out with your very traditional base of chopped carrot, celery, and onion. I did 3 carrots, 2 stalks of celery, and 1 white onion to my pot with a little bit of olive oil, and I'm just letting all of those veggies marry together and soften up before we add the next ingredients. This is easily my favorite fragrance in the whole world. It smells so good. I'm going to add just some seasonings, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some Italian seasonings. This is sort of my take on a minestrone. It's very similar. There's just a few different tweaks to it, but added some Italian seasoning, and that really just filled the entire kitchen with even more aromas that are delicious. I love soup. It's just the best. And then I'm adding about a tablespoon of tomato paste. That really adds a nice flavor to the soup. I'm going to add 2 cans of fire roasted diced tomatoes. Now you could do without the fire roasted, but it adds a ton of smoky flavor that I really enjoy. 1 can of chickpeas. Make sure they're drained first. And then we're going to add 1 container of broth. Now, I usually like to use bone broth because it's high in protein, but all I had on hand today was chicken. But any broth would do. You could also use vegetable if you wanted this completely vegetarian. And I'm also adding a bag of frozen peas. And the soup is looking beautiful. I did want to mention you could add meat to this if you wanted, especially like leftover turkey with Thanksgiving coming up. That would be perfect, or rotisserie chicken. But regardless, I turned it down to a low simmer and I'm going to leave it for at least 30 minutes or so and let that cook down. But while lunch is on the stove, I'm just getting the living room cozy. I lit a candle. I'm going to fluff the pillows and just get everything in its place and put back in order. I like to do this at least once a day or so. It just makes me feel better. I'm also going to vacuum because we have a dog and I pretty much have to vacuum every single day. And now it's been 30 minutes or so, and I'm just going to open up the soup, check on it, see if I need to add any more broth. I think it was good, but the last ingredient I'm going to add is some kale. And I love to add kale to broth soups. It holds up so beautifully all week long. It adds a ton of color and a really nice brightness overall. I'm also adding some Cholula, some hot sauce, but that is totally optional. I really like spicy food, and so if that's not evident yet, I'm not sure what is. But of course, I'm going to serve myself up a big bowl for lunch today, and I'm going to top it with some freshly grated Parmesan and sit down and just enjoy. And now I've got a full soup belly, and I also enjoyed a Spindrift. Those are some of my favorite sparkling waters. Do you guys like sparkling water, or is it not your thing? You'll have to let me know down in the comments. I've also really been enjoying Zevia, the stevia sweetened sodas. Those are delicious too. Okay, it's a few hours later now, and I am starting to get super hungry, but it's only 3 o'clock, so I know dinner is at least 2.5, 3-ish hours away. I just made myself and my kids have the exact same things right after school, but we just made ourselves a little plate here, and I've got some cut up, sorry, it's so hard to show from this angle. I've got some cut up apple. I've got about a whole apple here. I've got a handful of nuts. I've got macadamia nut and some cashews, and then I've got a little chomp stick, and these are great. My kids love these. They're only 40 calories, 0 sugar, and they have 4 grams of protein, which is great. So I should be feeling satisfied and satiated until dinner. And just like that, it is dinner time. And so I'm gonna whip up a meal that my entire family loves, and you can make it in about 30 minutes or so. It is a spicy noodle recipe. It's kind of an Asian flair. And I like to use these organic ramen noodles.
You could go ahead and use the cup of noodles, just toss out the seasoning packet, just use the noodle. But I like to buy this particular brand. It's only 200 calories for a packet, and there's 4 grams of fiber and 7 grams of protein in these noodles. So I like to use this. You're also gonna need some ground chicken, and then whatever veggies you like in a typical noodle stir fry kind of recipe. Tonight I'm keeping it very simple, and I'm just going to use broccoli and some water chestnuts. Who doesn't love water chestnuts? These little things are so fun to eat. I'm gonna top with some cilantro. I've also used bell peppers in the past, onion, mushroom, zucchini. The options are endless. So grab your veggies of choice. And then for your spicy noodle sauce, I just whipped this up. It was 2 tablespoons of Korean chili sauce, also known as gochujang. You can find this at your local supermarket. It is very spicy, so if you don't like spice, I would say leave this out, and then you'll get more of just a traditional Asian kind of peanut sauce. But if you like spice, this is great. Tablespoon of minced garlic, 1 to 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter, tablespoon of sesame oil, and then 2 to 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. I did 2 tablespoons. And I think, oh, and you know what? One more thing. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. So anyway, I already mixed this up so that it's just ready to go. This is really the most complicated part of the whole recipe. The rest comes together pretty darn quick. But I'm gonna set this aside and we'll thin it out with broth here in a minute. But let's head over to the stove and get cooking.
This is easily my favorite recipe that I make throughout the week. It's my husband's favorite too. I'm starting by getting the ground chicken cooked up. Once the ground chicken is fully cooked and drained, I will add my veggies. But for now, I'm cooking that up, and I'm also getting some water. I'm bringing that to a boil, and that will be for the ramen noodles. And while those things kind of cook up, I am chopping up some green onion. I'm going to put the white part in the chicken now to saute, and then I'm going to save the green portion of the green onion for topping. Also chopped up some cilantro. Again, you could totally leave cilantro out if that's not your thing, no big deal. And now that the chicken is cooked, I'm adding just some broccoli bits. I tried to kind of pull it apart to make it more like bite-sized pieces. I just enjoy it more that way, and it cooks up a little quicker too. Once the water is boiling, you add the ramen noodles, and these only cook for about 4 minutes. So this all comes together really, really fast. It's just a matter of how long it takes to cook the chicken and the veggies. I'm also adding those water chestnuts, and then we will add the main ingredient, the sauce. And when I tell you this smells and tastes so good, you have to try it and let me know what you think of it. I'm going to coat everything together and make sure everything's mixed in, and I'm also going to add just a little bit of broth. You'll find that as this cooks up, it gets a little goopy, and so if you find that it gets too thick at any point, just add a little bit of broth. And once those noodles are done, you will add them to your sauce and your chicken and your veggies, and you will combine everything, and that is it. It is so simple, so easy, and delicious. When I tell you my family asks for this almost every night, it seems like they're always asking me to make this. It is a family favorite. When it comes to topping, add what you like. We're adding green onion, cilantro, and some roasted sesame seeds. And this is a beautiful dish that comes together in less than 30 minutes. And the entire family enjoyed it for dinner on this night. So, so good.
Hey guys. It's now 9:23 at night. I have been a little elf decorating for Christmas all afternoon and evening, but that will be in my next YouTube video, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the meal prep ideas and just what I ate today. Before I go upstairs and brush my teeth and get ready for bed, I am going to enjoy just a small serving of that dark chocolate covered fruit that I made earlier just to kind of appease my little sweet tooth I'm having tonight. This dark chocolate is full of fiber and antioxidants. It's good for you in small doses, and so it's the perfect thing to snack on, especially with some fruit. And so I'm gonna enjoy this here in a moment. So I wanted to share, since it is the last thing that I'm eating today in this what I eat in a day. But I do really hope that you enjoyed today's video, that it gave you some meal ideas, or if anything, it was just an encouragement to you. I hope that you consider subscribing if you're new here today. I would love to have you. And if you are new and you haven't seen my most recent kind of weight loss health journey video and update, I share how I've lost now almost 90 pounds this year, which is just crazy. And so definitely go check that out. I'll link it up here and be sure to watch that and just kind of be up to date on everything. And now that I've shared that, I've really come to enjoy also just sharing snippets of the journey, whether it's what I eat in a day, what my routines look like, and that kind of thing, because I really am focused on whole person health on this journey. So whatever that entails, I hope to share here on my channel. And I hope you've kind of enjoyed that. I know it's been a change of pace than what I typically post a ton of. And so I've really enjoyed creating it, and I hope that my videos have been reflecting that, and I hope that it's been fun to watch. But regardless, hope you enjoyed today's video. And I will see you guys really soon in my next one. Bye.